Alright guys, today we're going to go through our guided practice for incomplete dominance, and I'm going to do 10 examples with you, kind of similar to what we did when we did complete dominance a few days ago. This document is available for you so you can follow along with me. However, it is not an assignment that I'm going to have you turn in. It is strictly just for practice. So let's start with number 1 here. In humans, hair type is determined by incomplete dominance. Some people have curly hair, which is represented by 2 capital H's. Some people have straight hair, which is represented by 2 lowercase h's. And heterozygotes have wavy hair, which is 1 of each. What would occur if a person with wavy hair had a baby with a person with straight hair? Draw the Punnett square and identify the genotypes and phenotypes of their offspring. So, my Punnett square in here. We're looking for a person with wavy hair and a person with straight hair. Wavy hair is that combination. That's what happens whenever you blend the 2 traits together. So we are going to have capital H, lowercase h, and straight hair is going to be 2 lowercase h's. So with incomplete dominance, you have a blending of traits in the middle. It's no longer heterozygous as a dominant trait. Now you have 3 phenotypes and 3 genotypes, just like you did last time. You're going to do your Punnett square in the same manner. All you have to do is remember what type of dominance it has, or it is. All right. My genotypic ratio, you still start with homozygous dominant. That's a 0. Heterozygous, I have 2 of those. Homozygous recessive, I have 2 of those. Phenotypic ratio, so my homozygous dominant is curly, and I don't have any curly-haired people. Phenotypic ratio for wavy hair is 2, and I have 2 straight hairs. Your genotypic and phenotypic ratio should match whenever you're doing incomplete dominance. That's the nice thing about incomplete dominance. Most people do really well with the genotypic ratio, so as long as you have it matching your phenotypic ratio, you'll get it right. If 2 people with wavy hair had a baby together, what is the likelihood that they'll have a curly-haired baby, a straight-haired baby? Create a Punnett square. So wavy hair, again, is that heterozygous trait. So that means we're going to have a capital H and a lowercase h, and that is true for both of our parents. Bring it down. Bring it across. And we have quite the mashup. Anytime you do 2 heterozygous together, you're going to have a lot of possibilities. My genotypic ratio, I have 1 homozygous dominant right here. I have 2 heterozygous here and here. And at the end there, I have 1 homozygous recessive. Phenotypic ratio, they have 1 chance of getting a curly-haired baby, 2 wavies, and 1 straight. So the likeliness that they're going to have a straight-haired baby, they have a 25% chance, and that's the same as a curly-haired baby. It's a 25% chance because it's only 1 block. In a species of birds, incomplete dominance between alleles for black and white feathers is observed. Heterozygotes are blue. If 2 blue birds are crossed, what will the possible genotypes and phenotypes of the offspring be? Two bluebirds. So those are going to be our heterozygous birds. So I have capital B, lowercase b for both of my parents. Bring your letters down and across. Genotypic ratio, we have 1 to 2 to 1. Phenotypic ratio is the same as your genotypic ratio. Snapdragons exhibit incomplete dominance and come in 3 colors: white, red, and pink. Complete a cross of a pink flower and a white flower. So pink is going to be heterozygous, and white is the recessive form. Okay. For my genotypic ratio, I don't have any that are dominant, homozygous dominant, two heterozygous, two homorecessive. I don't have any that are going to be red. I have two pink, two.
Camino.
Hold on one second, guys. Okay, we are about halfway done. Number 5, sickle cell disease is a blood disorder causing red blood cells to become sickle-shaped in people with the disease. People with normal red blood cells are two capital R's. People with sickle cell are homozygous recessive, and people with 50% normal and 50% sickle cell are heterozygous. A person with normal red blood cells marries a person with sickle cell disease. What are their chances of having a child with this disorder? So a person with normal red blood cells is going to be two capital R's, marries a person with the disease, which is two lowercase. So they have all of their children, 100% of them are going to have some sickle cells. If red birds and blue birds mate, their offspring are purple. Cross a red bird with a purple bird. So red is two capitals. Blue is going to be two lowercase ones. I must have made a typo there whenever I put those B's in there because it should have been R's. Genotypic ratio, we have 0 dominant, 4 hetero, 0 recessive. Oops, I crossed the wrong birds. Well, that was just a little extra one then. We'll try it again. Cross a red bird and a purple bird. Capitals and heterozygous. And that's what happens whenever you rush and you read too quickly. You make stupid little mistakes. All right, now we have 2 dominant, 2 heterozygous, and 0 recessive. We have 2 reds, 2 purples, and blues. Cross a purple bird and a purple bird. So purple is heterozygous. And that's where we get that mashup of like everything. Genotypic ratio, 1 dominant, 2 heteros, 1 recessive. Phenotypic ratio, 1 red, 2 purple, 1 blue. One parent has a high-pitched voice and the other has a low-pitched voice. Their child has a medium-pitched voice. Create a Punnett square showing this type of cross. So we're trying to figure out what the parents are here. So the child, we know one of their blocks is capital H, lowercase h. The parent has a high-pitched voice. Another one has a low-pitched voice. So that means that all of their children are going to have a medium-pitched voice, which probably is for the best. Nice combination of both parents. And some of these problems I have just made up. I don't know about voice pitch, if there's such a thing as high-pitched versus low-pitched. Okay, 2 more to go, and then we're done with these problems. Sure, the outcome of a person with a low-pitched voice. Low-pitched voice, having children with a person who has a medium-pitched voice. We have no high, we have 2 medium, 2 low. Anola lizards come in three colors: green, red, and brown. Show a cross of two green lizards. So green is going to be the two capitals. And that cross is pretty simple since we only have one type of gene to cross here. They're all going to be dominant. They're all going to be green babies. Alrighty guys, I'll catch you again tomorrow so you can see all that.